Moon Dust is back. Let's do well. Change my team name this year to Tibetan Pig. Anyways, let's do a power ranking before week one quickly. We have games going on right now. I'll talk about my team first and just break each team down into different categories. Championship, playoff, bond, or missing the playoffs. I'll talk about my team first because my team is just happened to be the first on the page. Okay, my team. So my strategy is pretty clear. I got Jokic, I got Bam. So my thought process is, I'm punting a few things. So as you guys can see, I'm punting. I'm for sure punting threes. I have the lowest three in the league. I'm somewhat punting points. I know Jokic and Shea probably gonna average 20, but nobody else on my team really scores. So I'm punting those two categories. But my field goal is pretty good. I got a few anchors. Especially Rashawn Holmes is a huge anchor. Bam and Jokic also really really good anchor. So my field goal for the first time, because I usually like to go guards. So my field goal is going to be pretty strong. My free throw is okay, not the strongest. I got some big men that might have some free throw issues, but it's not too bad. My rebound is pretty strong. My assist is pretty strong. Even though I got a few guys that don't really assist, like Rashawn Holmes, Daniel Gafford, like all the big men pretty much, Bam passes, but everybody else really just going to give me almost zero assist. My steal is okay. I don't know why they have Rashawn Holmes averaging, he only averaged 0.6 steals. That's pretty low. So what's the ESPN projection? Okay, 0.7, 0.8. Those guys not going to really steal much. So my steal is actually not the strongest. I have Draymond Green that gets a lot of steals. Maybe Tyrese Halliburton, but everybody else probably doesn't really steal that much. And my blocks is okay. I got not pretty strong. Like Horky's team took all the blocks, so my team probably the second strongest in blocks. I don't know. I got a few big men, so my turnover also is decent. I got Jokic that turned the ball over three. Maybe Shea, but everybody else don't really, especially the big man. Look at their projected turnover numbers. So again, I'm punting the points, somewhat, for sure punting the points, and I'm punting threes. So, we'll see. So I like my team. Don't know how far I'm going to go, but I'm pretty confident. I should make the playoffs this season, unlike last year. Is Viggy's team second? He's playing me, but okay, I'll talk about leaders team. Dream Shakers team. Oh shoot, he has Eldridge started going. So leaders team. Okay, Joel Embiid, Fran VanVleet second round, I suppose. Yep. So leaders team, again, just he's got one good rebounder, Joel Embiid. So usually I look at a team, I just look at the first 2-3 rounds, see leader has any kind of strategy, punting anything. So leader's not really punting anything. If anything, soft punt field goal. Because when you got Fran VanVleet, Joel Embiid is not going to help you out. And Terry Rozier this year, he's not going to shoot 50%. He goes back to shoot low 40s. It's good night. So leader's field goal is really bad. But in turn, his free throw is good. Everybody is decent at free throw. I don't know why Ja Morant last year free throw was really really bad. I don't know, but leader's free throw should be okay. Not a lot of threes. Joe Harris is droppable. Like his threes come from guys that are droppable. That's the thing. Like if your first second round guys average 3 threes, because Joe Harris realistically just give you threes and nothing else. Same thing with Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson give you a little bit points. But those guys, like, it could be droppable, right? Especially when you're playing against someone who has no threes. Those two guys essentially on your team are useless because they don't give you any rebound, assists, steals, and blocks. Those four categories, they give you very low. So I usually don't like to have one category specialist unless he's a Miles Turner, right? Obviously you got to hold because just such big impact on your blocks. So yeah, I don't like these two guys here. Jeremy Grant where did leader get Jeremy Grant? 5th round, I think that's a bit too early. Okay, he got the Rockets rookie. Guy seemed pretty promising. But I don't know, he's gonna come off the bench. Because Daniel Theis is going to be the starting power forward. But maybe as the season goes on, he's going to get more opportunity. The first half is going to be rough. It's hard to. It's going to be tough. Even LaMelo Ball last season, right? Like eventually he's going to get his minutes, but in the beginning it's tough holding on to a guy like that. So maybe hold on to him for now. See what happens. If he gets minutes, 25 to 30, then I think you just got to keep holding on to him. Because big man centers, hard to get a guy that average. If a big man played 30 minutes, he could realistically get 8-9 rebounds. You're not gonna find those. Give you 1-2 blocks off the waiver wire, right, and give you some points. So those are hard to find. Leader doesn't have a lot of steals. Really, just 2 guys. Very guard heavy. So blocks also not a lot of blocks. So I don't really like Leader's team. I think he could make the playoffs. And look at the points. Okay, decent points. But not amazing, Not amazing. Not a lot of points. Okay, so I think to make the playoffs, but maybe not the strongest team. But I should make the playoffs because I got to change the setting. 8 teams should make the playoffs. Okay, the next one, YP's team. Was he the runner-up last year? Oh no, he's not the runner-up. Top 4 finish. He had a top 4 finish. Let's look at his team. Already, just don't like. He took Sabonis second, which is fine. Like, he give you a lot of counting stats, but when you draft KD first and then boom, immediately you pound free throw, and you got De'Aaron Fox. So KD's free throw is just gone, right? So his free throw is not good, for sure, and his efficiency is okay. KD is good. He's got one anchor, Mitchell Robinson, and everybody else is kind of like nobody's gonna hurt you that much. There is no way Russell Westbrook. Is he gonna take 18 shots a game? That's the projection. But again, he drafted a team with a shit ton of turnovers. So many turnovers. And his assist is decent, for sure. His points is okay, but he doesn't actually have a lot of points because he drafted Robert Covington and Mitchell Robinson. Those guys gonna average 10 points. Yep. And he got Andre Drummond. I don't really like his team. Last year his team was really good, except he has no steals. Otherwise, his team probably the top because he's got so many points and rebound and assists and all this stuff. This year, I don't really like his team. He has good counting stats, rebound and assist, because you got Sabonis, you got Russell Westbrook, you got Kevin Durant, and I like Kevin Porter Jr. and I like De'Aaron Fox. He really changed it up. He has a lot of steals now this year because De'Aaron Fox, Kevin Porter Jr. should average more than 0.8, right? Russell Westbrook also gets steals. Robert Covington, OG Anunoby, TJ McConnell. Like, what is going on? But blocks, not decent blocks. I think his team would be good, but just the fact that he drafted Kevin Durant, like if he drafted Doncic, his team would be better, right? Where did he take KD? 9th. Was Doncic still available? Maybe not. Okay, maybe Doncic is not available. KD fall to him at 9, but I just wouldn't take Sabonis. I would take a Jimmy Butler or a Bam, right? Be someone because you're forced to go to your free throw just not that competitive, right? And then the fact that you picked up De'Aaron Fox after that, just pick somebody that's not as good, not that good at a free throw. Was Giannis available? And probably not. But yeah, I think everything's fine except he picked KD. KD's free throw is completely wasted. Make the playoffs. Good. He's learning, getting the steals. Okay, Wapai's team. Okay, Wapai is not doing the correct thing. He had Jonathan Isaac, Zion Williamson, so maybe Wapai just give up the first week. Ben Simmons he drafted. Yeah, he drafted Thomas Bryant. Dude is not until Bryant is gonna be back eventually, so really he give you really good field goal and some good rebounds, so that's good. What is he good at, this team? Siakam. I think Waba is going to lose the first 3-4 weeks. Jonathan Isaac, who knows when this guy is going to come back. Maybe he never comes back. So he got Harden first. So his assists should be pretty good. 8, 9 assists. Lonzo Ball. Two guys that has, Ben Simmons, God knows when he's going to play. So Waba is saying, I'm going to pound the first 5 weeks and I can still make the playoffs. Which is possible, I don't really like his team because, again, Zion's free throw and Harden kind of cancel each other out, and he also has a shit ton of turnovers. Blocks, he has one guy, Jonathan Isaac, so his team has no blocks. And steals is okay, but it depends on when. Lonzo Ball is gonna average more than 1.5, I think. Ben Simmons, God knows when he's gonna be back. Dante DiVincenzo is just a steal specialist, so it's okay. But I think he's just pounding the first 4-5 weeks because everybody's out. Siakam is gonna be out. Ben Simmons is gonna be out, and you only got one IR. You're gonna hold on to Thomas Bryant. Last round, I think just get rid of Bryant, to be honest, and put Siakam in there. Zion also gonna be missed, so whoever plays him this week, it's a free win. So maybe miss the playoffs because the first 5 weeks is already gone. Okay. Anthony Zane. So this guy is new. Let's look at his team. He picked Giannis first. That's great. Third, okay, he picked Giannis pretty early. Who did he pick second? Donovan. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan because Giannis' free throw is bad. His field goal is good, other than this game. And Donovan Mitchell is kind of the opposite. Bad field goal and good free throw. So already the efficiency kind of cancel each other out. But he has a lot of points. Now, his first 2 rounds, Donovan is going to be the first option, He's going to give you like 4-5 rebounds, 4-5 assists, mainly just the points, the threes, and the free throw. And he's not a big steals guy either. So just mainly, like if you're pounding field goal, I think having Donovan Mitchell is great. But the fact that he picked Giannis first, I don't really like the combo. And then he picked out Rudy Gobert. So his free throw is not so great, to be honest. And his field goal, he's got Donovan Mitchell, and Kemba Walker. And Anthony Edwards. So those 3 guys they're gonna shoot a lot and they're not gonna have great efficiency. So that's an issue. So he picked the 2 efficiencies kind of cancel each other out. His threes is okay, but Rudy Gobert got no threes. Nurkic got no threes. He has a lot of rebounds though. Has 3 guys over, probably gonna average over 10 rebounds. So his rebound is pretty good. His assist is no good. Giannis is his best assist guy. His guards all average like 5, and Joe Ingles is droppable for sure. So I'm not, too high on the assists. It's hard to get assists on the waiver wire, as we all know, and his steals is okay. Anthony Edwards should be a really good steals guy. He had like 1.4 steals as a rookie, but that's about it. Like Mitchell is not a big steals guy. Giannis lately is not. Because he has to spend so much energy on offense, and he just won the chip, so he won't play as hard defense, right? Like his prime, he averaged like almost 2 steals and 2 blocks, over 1.5 per game for sure. Nurkic could have a big bounce back year, and Nurkic can really fill up the stat sheet. Drafted him 46, that's not too bad, but like the later half of the draft, Kemba, I like Kemba 70. Kemba could be a top 50 guy. Like you get more value out of him if you're pounding field goal. Kemba could have a bump. If he doesn't sit out every back-to-back, like Kemba could be good this year. But Carmelo, don't really like Cole Anthony, like Thies, Kyle Anderson, Joe Ingles, Harrison Barnes, those guys, and Mike Conley, good. He gets steals and assists and some threes, but he's getting a year older. And the past 2 years, he had hamstring issues. Pretty much, overall I just prefer picking young guys like Anthony Edwards. I like him, and guys that really underperformed last year. So they could have a big bounce back year. Because Nurkic last year was getting drafted in the second round. This year, getting him, pick him 50, like nothing really changed. He's a year older, but he's still young in his prime, so he could turn out to be really good. Because he gets a lot of blocks, and as a center, he can pass. Right. The only thing his free throw is okay. The only thing is he doesn't shoot threes. Everything else will be scary. Okay, so this team, I would say, playoff. But I haven't seen a team that's really strong, to be honest, so far. Maybe my team is pretty strong. We'll see. And YP's team is okay. Like, to be honest, it's just the fact that he drafted KD. I don't like. The rest of his draft is okay, I think. Okay, so ABG Hunter. Asian baby girl? Is that what Daniel means? Okay, very interesting name. But anyways, Curry 5th, that's great. So Daniel's team is, when you draft Curry first, who do you draft second? Jrue Holiday, we know this guy's going to be consistent. He's going to give you, he filled up the stat sheet. He's going to give you a lot of assists, steals, some scoring and blocks. And he's going to play hard. Who did he draft second? He drafted Julius Randle. Okay. So this team, good scoring for sure. Pretty decent rebound. Not a lot of assists. So Jrue Holiday's assists might be wasted because the rest of his team doesn't really get any assists. And defensive stats, again, having Jrue Holiday on this team is kind of waste because he provides such good assists and steals and blocks. But most of his team, majority of his team, he's going to win threes pretty much every week. He's going to have a lot of points, really good free throw, and good field goal as well. So that's already full category. And then his turnover is decent as well. But then having Jrue Holiday, I'll probably try to trade Jrue Holiday. I don't know. And picking guys Wiggins kind of throw your free throws. We know that at this point. And picking guys like Derrick Rose, we know he's going to give you 15, 16 points. Just no upside. Later on, I prefer to pick some rookies. But that's just me. Seth Curry, any center. So not exciting, but, his picks are good. And it's just lacking some defensive stats and assists. And I think Jrue Holiday just doesn't make too much sense on this team. So again, not so bad. Playoff bound, but don't know if can make the playoffs. Okay. Horky's team. Okay, I like Horky's team actually. He has a very unique strategy. He's pounding field goal. We know that. Everybody on his team is gonna throw your field goal. So field goal for sure, boom, lose. But his free throw is really nice. Right? I mean, he got Miles Turner, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Kristaps Porzingis. So his block is off the charts. Although he has these three guys and everybody doesn't block any shots, but his blocks is above average. For sure, above average. Maybe 2-3 teams have more blocks than him. So he has a unique team. He doesn't have any steals. It's not like he's trying to get steals actually. He has the good scoring. Bradley Beal, Trae Young, Brandon Ingram, Porzingis. He has decent scoring. And assists, Trae Young has a lot of assists, but after that, nobody really get that many assists. So his assist is not the highest, but he has a good amount of turnovers. So I think when he plays some teams, he's gonna struggle, and some teams he's gonna win for sure. He's gonna win all the guard stats and blocks. When I say guard stats, the assists and turnovers, he has a decent amount of assists, and because he has a couple guys that don't really turn the ball over. Oh wow, Jordan Poole is getting disrespected. ESPN projected saying this guy gonna average 18, 17 points for sure. So Horky has really, really good scoring. Really, really good threes. Really, really good blocks. Really, really good free throws. But he's got to win another category. So depending on the week, depending on the opponent, he's got to figure that out. But I like his team. But I don't know. I think him, if he plays me, he's gonna struggle. Just because the way he's building his team, doesn't really matter how you build your team. You're gonna have some counters. So if he doesn't play me, maybe he just win the chip. So I think his team is actually really strong. Okay, so this is another Quirky's friend. I think Kevin. Taco Tuesday. That's why he picked LeBron. All right, let's see. Damian Lillard first. Yeah, I don't. Again, it's another one of those issues. We had Damian Lillard, and you pick LeBron James, Christian Wood. Your free throw is bad. But sometimes if your team is strong, you can still make things work. Just based off my, Jalen Green is projected to be a 20-point scorer. That's interesting. But based on my experience, I just don't like, if my first round guy is a bad free throw shooter, I'm not gonna try to get decent free throws after the first round. I just wouldn't try to, save my percentages. Looks like he don't really having any strategy. It's just picking players. I think his steal is pretty weak. Nobody's averaging 1.5. Everybody's getting like a bit over 1, and his blocks is kind of weak. His blocks is decent. I take that back, but he doesn't have a huge block guy that block over 2 shots. Everybody's blocking a little bit, so his block is not the strongest. He has a lot of turnovers, not a lot. I take that back. Mainly just LeBron, D'Lo, and Damian Lillard. Everybody else is wrong, and Spencer Dinwiddie. He has not a lot of assists. His rebound is decent. His threes is decent because he got Duncan Robinson, and maybe Clay come back in January. But guys coming back, you just know he's gonna miss all the back-to-backs, and any type of tiny injury, he's gonna be out for a while. So those guys just a little bit frustrating to own. That's why I usually, the same thing with Jonathan Isaac. Those guys are just, I don't. So this team, I think, might miss the playoffs. But he has good players. We'll see. Maybe he makes it. I have no idea. But maybe I think this team is on the edge. Maybe make it, maybe miss it. I'm gonna look at all this is just purely speculating. So I might be very wrong. 2 weeks in. All right, so let's look at Vegas team. Last year he had some tough luck due to some injuries. This year he picked Luka early. Yep, second. Don't really like that pick. I think if you pick Luka, you gotta go for Russell Westbrook. Pair him with Russell Westbrook would be so good. But that's not the case. So his free throw is weak. Pretty weak, I would say. His field goal, Clint Capella is, one of the biggest field goal anchors in the league. So that's fine, but that's it, That's the only guy you have. So you're not, okay, he drafted Kyrie. So I think Kyrie's going to come back at some point. Maybe 8th round. So I think that's a great pick. If he comes back, per game he's top 10. But when is he coming back? We don't know. And the rest of the team I don't really like CJ McCollum. LaMelo Ball could surprise us. Second round. I think it's because his game is so fantasy friendly. He gets a lot of assists, which is really, really valuable in those assists. Gets a lot of steals. He's pretty long. He can block shots. He grab rebounds. He shoot threes. He can score a little bit. His efficiencies are rough. So I don't really mind pair him up LaMelo Ball and Doncic. You know what? I'm liking it. I'm liking it. So he's just saying, fuck the efficiency. I'm going for all the counting stats, and just get Russell Westbrook, man. I would just, if I were him, okay, he got Clint Capella on 3rd, and Russell Westbrook got picked, right? Because you can't really pick Russell Westbrook on 26. But I'm sure he was going for him. Yeah. So he's pounding free throws. That's fine. And he got a lot of assists. Kyle Lowry also. So this team is okay. I don't know if So he's pounding free throws, but the thing is his field goal is not that strong. And he also has a decent amount of turnovers. If Kyrie comes back, this team is strong for sure. Before that, might struggle for a few weeks. I don't know. My standard for teams pretty high. Like last year in this league, we got like Sky Garrett's team is just so strong. So maybe the standard is too high. Okay, let's look at John's team. John is also new. It's auto draft, but he had his strategy. So Jason Tatum, Zach LaVine, that's great. A lot of points, a lot of threes. Everything else is really average. I worry about Zach LaVine just a little bit because you got all those guys coming in. Last year, he was playing with Kobe White. He doesn't have DeRozan. He didn't have Vucevic. He did not have Lonzo Ball. So with Lonzo Ball coming over, you can bet it that he's not going to average that many assists, right? So he could still average 25 points. I don't think he's going to average 30, anything crazy like that. He's still a good pick, I think, because he's young and upcoming. Could have his best. His efficiency wasn't real last season. So if he can keep it up, it's just a matter of how many defensive stats he can get, and then he could be a top 20 or 30 guy again. But I just worry about everybody coming over going to impact his shot attempts and assists. Jason Tatum again. The reason he's getting picked in the first round because he's healthy. On a per game basis, he's not as good as the other top guys, right? Like AD, guys getting picked before him. I think they are better. The thing is, like, he give a lot of points and threes and a little bit rebound, free throw. He's really weak. He's not a good field goal guy. And yeah, overall, I mean, per game he's probably top 15. But again, like, he plays every game because he's young. That's why you pick him there. Vucevic is a great pick. I don't like his value. Like, he might take fewer shots now because when he's in Orlando, everybody sucks. But even if he attempt less shots, his efficiency might go up. His rebound is still going to be elite. And as a big man, he gets some assists. So he's very consistent, top 20 every single year. That's healthy at least. So like his top picks, I really like them. Where did he pick Vucevic? 15th, and he picked up Zach LaVine. Yeah, he picked up Zach LaVine on 30. I thought he picked up him early third. So Zach LaVine there is a great pick, I think. And Eric Bledsoe could be good. He's starting is he starting? Yeah, he's too inconsistent. Every year we wait for this guy to bounce back. He used to average 1.5 steals. Those days are long gone. Don't think he's coming back with that. Mikhail Bridges, if he can bring his steal up to 1.7, 1.1, that's kind of disappointing last season. He was actually position ranked second. I don't know, because he doesn't miss any games. He's super efficient. So if you're a team that's pounding assist, he's great. Because when you're pounding assist, usually your turnover is really strong, and he helps you exactly with that. So is he pounding free throws? Yes. Actually, I like his team. He's pounding free throws. His rebound is okay, not the strongest. He has a lot of points. Has decent rebounds on threes. Both efficiency are fine. And he's got Robert Williams, the X factor. Chris Boucher, a lot of blocks. So his team is, I can't see what he's trying to do. So play on bottom, maybe one of the better teams that I've seen so far. You have to nitpick. I just don't like his top half, right? Is really good, but Lauri Markkanen, Mason Plumlee, I guess he picked those guys like last round, so I can't really, Oh, he picked Lauri Markkanen late. Chris Boucher 87th. Okay, that's a bit. But overall, his team is it's one of the better teams I've seen so far out of all the teams. So that's good. Team Z, Zhichao's team. Okay, let's see. Cat first, great. Yeah, already I like this team. When you pick Cat first, you pick Jimmy Butler second, right? So set the tone. Like, I already know this team is okay. Free throw wise is great. field goal, because he picked guys like Marcus Smart, kind of cancel out John Collins, right? The field goal impact. Collins' free throw is, his free throw is going to be good. Not elite because he had guys like Jaylen Brown, Jacob Pertl. So, his efficiencies are okay. Not too bad. And he doesn't have the most threes because, in league today, everybody shoot threes, and when you have a guy like Jacob Pertl that attempt absolute zero threes, and your second round pick Jimmy Butler doesn't really shoot threes, it's hard, right? You have guys just coming off the bench shoot average like 2.5 threes a game, so that's gonna that's not gonna cut it. He doesn't have a lot of assists. His rebound is decent. Michael Porter Jr. and Karl Anthony Towns, great pick. I think Michael Porter Jr. because he has no assists and his assist is low. So that's why I don't know why he had Darius Garland. Because he's gonna average 6-7 assists, I think, and you draft him 7th round. So that's the only thing. But I think everything else, punting, assists is great. Very low turnovers. Great points, great everything else. So I think his team is one of the stronger teams that I've seen so far. Maybe championship. I don't know. We'll see if the guys end up being healthy and all that stuff. And then the last team, Lian's team, triple double, no assist. Still the same name. Let's see. In the other league, Lian's team is not the best. Here, AD and PG, yes, elite. Those guys are pretty. Over the past years, have not been the most healthy, but those two guys give you a lot of defensive stats, man. So steal already right off the bat. Good free throw. I mean, AD should give you good free throw. Good scoring, good threes. PG gets a lot of threes, although AD doesn't have that many. So not good threes, sorry. Good rebound, good defensive stats, good efficiency, and good points. And not the most turnovers compared to other guys. So I think I'm really liking it. And then he gets Chris Paul, but his assist is still kind of low. Again, he's going for the efficiency, picking Chris Paul 3rd. I know he likes efficiency, but there maybe pick somebody else with lower assist. And we know Chris Paul is old. Chris Middleton, yeah, it's a team efficiency, right? His efficiency is really, really good across the board. And then he gets Dylan Brooks. So one guy throwing a free throw, that's fine. A field goal is fine. He can drop Terrence Ross. So his field goal is okay. His free throw is really good. He has a lot of threes. His rebound is okay. Not the strongest for sure. AD is not a big rebounder. So his first two picks are, grab a lot of rebound, and then he doesn't have any big men after that. He steals his, again, like his first two picks and third pick, good steals, and nobody else steals after that. And nobody really blocks. I think Brook Lopez is a one category specialist. So he really has AD because who knows, you might drop Lopez at some point in the season. And then his turnover is good. His points is okay. So efficiency good. That's 2 categories. 3 is okay. Rebound assist not a lot, right? Rebound assist steal block not a lot. So those 4 categories in the middle not a lot. But any given day like steals and blocks, one guy AD can just go off and just win you that week. So this team also playoff bond. Out of all the teams, I think maybe Horky's team and John's team and Z, I like those 2-3 teams and my team. I think at the moment probably championship. Everybody else playoff and a few teams that looking like might miss the playoffs. I just don't really see that much upside at the moment for a lot of teams because the picks they had. But you can always pick up waiver guys throughout the the season. Anyways, that's it. See you guys.